for us. Hello.
Hi, Catherine.
And we're going to start off with a leading topic in the press today, the unrest in Iraq.
That's right. That's really the leading story in a lot of papers today. I've pulled out the front page of the Wall Street Journal today that talks about how political leaders are clashing in Iraq. The crisis is deepening over the choice of the next prime minister. Now, embattled Prime Minister Nouri al-Maliki is very much the man of the hour. Yesterday, the president of Iraq appointed a rival Shia candidate to form a new government, but al-Maliki is defiantly trying to block this move. Now, the New York Times has a very interesting article today, which you can see here, which focuses on the relationship between al-Maliki and the United States. And you can see here that it says that al-Maliki has been a source of frustration for two U.S. presidents. He rose from obscurity to power in part with American help, but first Bush and now Obama have found him to be, according to the article, mercurial, often unconstructive, and as much of a headache as anything he was trying to solve. This led to a vexing and volatile relationship, according to the New York Times, and all that, again, is coming to the surface right now.
Well, so much for what Barack Obama thinks of Nouri al-Maliki. What about what the press thinks of Barack Obama?
Well, let's go back to the Wall Street Journal. They say that the U.S. missed the urgency of the militant threat. There's been a lot of criticism towards Obama. Now, this article says that there's been a decline in U.S. spy resources ever since the U.S. military pulled out of Iraq in 2011, and this has limited American intelligence capability in the region. Now, intelligence officials have been frustrated that the Obama administration was reluctant to get more involved in Iraq and in Syria, and Obama has been receiving similar criticism from U.S. lawmakers from across the political spectrum, including from Hillary Clinton. But you can see here in the Daily Beast that Obama has a response for his critics. This is an exclusive article in the Daily Beast that points out that during a private meeting, he fumed at lawmakers who suggested he should have done more to arm Syrian rebels. You can see here the wording he chose. I won't say it on air, but it's a bad word, horse something. Now, there's a comment piece in The Independent today that I pulled out by Steve Richard, which is critical of the current response, both from Barack Obama but also from the UK. It says that this has been an incoherent mess. So quite a lot of criticism there. This is there's a marked contrast with the competent assertiveness that preceded the 2003 invasion in Iraq. But this article points out that the current mess is preferable to the shallow evangelism of George Bush and Tony Blair.
And speaking of the current mess, plenty of papers blaming the two Iraq wars.
Absolutely. I pulled out a cartoon from China Daily. It's quite indicative of what a lot of papers are saying today. You can see Uncle Sam there planting a missile-shaped seed, the Iraq War, and that has turned into this evil monster ISIS, which has come back to bite Uncle Sam on the hand there.
All right, let's move on to another story now that's grabbing a lot of attention, particularly in the United States. Now, this is the death of an apparently unarmed black teenager that we've been reporting about in Missouri.
That's right. This is a big story in the U.S. media. I just pulled out two articles, but we're surely going to be hearing a lot more about this. This is an article in the Washington Post today that points out that the FBI has launched an investigation into the death of Michael Brown, this teenager who was shot and killed on Saturday in Missouri. Now, the circumstances of his death remain unclear, but it immediately sparked outrage at what critics call police brutality.
It reminds us of Trayvon Martin.
Reminds us of a lot of other cases as well. Now, some of these protests turned violent. You can read about it in the local papers. I pulled out an article from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. You can see here police, they actually fired tear gas to disperse crowds last night. So we'll be hearing a lot more about this, I'm sure.
I expect we will. Let's stay stateside for our final story. The sad news about the death of Robin Williams.
There's been an outpour of emotion in the press, especially in the United States. I pulled out just a couple of articles. The Daily Beast here says that Hollywood's grand jester has died. This is a remembrance of the zany ad-libbing actor who made us laugh and cry. Lots of people have taken to Twitter to express their emotion, to pay tribute to him. There's been Barack Obama, all sorts of actors. This is my favorite one. It's from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, so basically the Oscars. And you can see here the screen grab from the film Aladdin, and it says that quote there, "Genie, you're free." I felt like crying when I saw that. Lots of emotion in the press, lots of emotion on Twitter, and I'm sure we'll be hearing a lot more about that as well.
A lot of people talking about their favourite Robin Williams films, their favourite moments. That Aladdin one's certainly one of mine. Thanks very much, Flo Vilmino there, with a look through the international press. That's it from us here on Live from Paris for now. Do stay with us. We've got plenty more news and reports coming up for you very shortly.